Good afternoon. I'm sorry that I can't be there in person, but I'm grateful for this opportunity to present virtually. Allow me to share my screen. Fox Labs is the innovation arm of Fox Group, Israel's leading retailer. At Fox Group, we have 20 brands in 20 countries, 800 stores, 3 continents. We have Israel's leading e-commerce platform for fashion, Terminal X, and the largest loyalty card membership, with more than 2 million members part of the Dream Card Club. At Fox Labs, we are taking the capabilities of Fox Group as the leader in the retail industry and the capabilities of Israel as the startup nation in technology. And together, we believe that we can have some serious impact on shaping what the retail industry will look like in the future worldwide. Fox Labs has 2 main goals. The first is to implement cutting-edge technologies across the Fox Group, across any one of our verticals, any one of the brands, group functions, and throughout the supply chain. We're looking for the technologies that will bring the most value to the group. The second goal is to build an investment portfolio by investing in the best startups that we work with. Our sweet spot is that early stage. We want to be the beta site for the startups that we work with. We're even happy to work with startups earlier than that and be their design partner, helping them to reach the best possible MVP. We have a fast and intense pilot system, and at the end of a successful pilot, the sky's the limit. We look to scale up the technology across the organization and help the startup in its global expansion by partnering with a network of global retail leaders in our network. At that point, when the pilot is finished, the investment option that I mentioned before becomes relevant. With me at Fox Labs on the team are Mikey Ben-Ari and Einav Margalit. As VP of Business Development and Innovation at Fox Group, Mikey has implemented many innovative projects throughout the group and has spearheaded many of the M&A and other projects on a global scale for the group. Einav is a marketing executive who's worked with many of the brands at Fox Group and knows the retail industry inside and out. Coupled with my experience as a VC and innovation executive for more than 15 years, our complementary skills, we believe, bring much value to the startups that we work with. But we're not alone around the table. With us is the entire executive team of Fox Group. Fox Group has been around for decades, and the executives on the leadership team have incredible amount of knowledge, experience, and contacts, all of which are available for the startups that we work with. On top of that, Fox Group is huge, and we operate across the retail supply chain. So anywhere that a startup is targeting, we're able to help and provide opportunity. Really, we're the ultimate playground for startups in the retail tech industry. And as I mentioned before, there's a vast network of retail industry players at our fingertips, and we would be happy to make intros to those startups that we believe represent us well. And these are retail leaders across the entire industry, so real estate and shipping, logistics, you name it. And so to recap the process, we look for the best startups out there, both inbound, we're opportunistic and are happy to meet with any startup that thinks they can bring the most value to Fox Group, but also by strategically targeting those companies that address needs that we've mapped out in our internal assessment. We have a rigorous due diligence process, and at the end of which we embark on a pilot. We try to keep our pilots short, but we define going into it previously agreed upon KPIs and ways that we can measure the pilot success at the end of it. Like I said before, at the end of a successful pilot, the sky is the limit. What are we looking for? We're looking to be wowed by the startups that we work with. We want to be wowed by the team, their vision, and their large dreams. We want to be wowed by the technology. We want to be wowed by the market opportunity. There's a list of sectors on this slide, and we are looking to work with startups in these sectors, but really, we're looking for the best startups and the ones that will bring the most value to the group. So if your startup has a technology that you think will bring significant value to us, we want to hear from you, even if you don't exactly meet one of the sectors on this slide. These companies have been working with Fox Group in the way that Fox Labs works with startups. and they represent different stages of working with us. Connect team has been working with Fox Group for a few years already. They started with a focused pilot, at the end of which we expanded them, and they now work with almost all of the brands in the group. Walt is a pilot that's now in process. And if you live in the Tel Aviv area, I encourage you to go onto the Walt app and take a look at our offering with Lalin, Shilav, and Fox Home. Baby Arc is an investment that we made that's more along the design partnership process. It's a bit of a unique one, but Baby Arc's team has developed the technology for the Melkava tank, for those of you who are familiar with it. And they have since spun out to a company called Baby Arc, bringing a new standard of safety and design to baby car seats. The product isn't out yet, but we expect it to be out next year. Beyond XR, we've completed a pilot with them with Shilav a few months ago and are now exploring opportunities to scale them up to additional brands. On top of that, based on our successful pilot and our strong belief in the Beyond XR team and their technology, we recently announced our investment in this company, doubling down on our belief in the strength of their offering. We meet with 1 or 2 startups a day at Fox Labs. There's a lot out there, and we're very excited for what's in store for us in 2022. And I would like to share with you some of the themes that we anticipate seeing in 2022. These are industry broad themes, but I've narrowed them down to focus on the ones that are most relevant for us at Fox Labs. Now, technology has been playing an accelerated role in the fashion industry for the past 3-4 years already, but it was mainly on the customer-facing side of the industry. COVID has accelerated the impact of technology on end-to-end initiatives across the organization, and really in keeping the entire value chain going. Virtual reality, for example, has been traditionally perceived as a consumer-facing technology, focusing on the end consumer's experience. And indeed, virtual fitting rooms, remote sizing, highly experiential e-commerce environments, they're all part of that focus, as is the untapped value stream of virtual fashion in the metaverse. However, virtual reality also introduces new ways to manage forecasting and inventory, potentially reducing the need for travel at a time when travel is less available, and supply chain logistics require longer lead times. Another example of technology that's moving from the consumer side to the back end of the organization is wearables, where customers are already checking out of stores on their wearable devices. Now, the logistics and warehouse teams are using wearable devices to streamline internal operations. In a recent McKinsey study, only 10% of fashion executives cited COVID as a top challenge, compared to 45% last year. 30% of respondents this year cited supply chain logistics and inventory management as their top concern, and 87% expect supply chain disruptions to negatively impact margins next year. According to an Oxford Economics 2021 survey, around half of global businesses suffered supply chain disruptions in 2021, with 1 in 8 severely affected. As brands develop new efficiency-focused strategies to reduce their levels of vulnerability to unexpected supply chain challenges, digital supply chain control towers play a major role increasing resiliency. A new demand-based approach is gaining momentum, addressing consumers' increasing appetite for personalization and customization in manufacturing and design on the one hand, and forecasting and inventory management's increasingly critical role on the other. We're looking to leverage machine learning and AI in both these areas. And of course, hope it'll be compounded by the strong customer engagement coming up in the next bullet point. Everyone's talking about self-checkout, mobile checkout, frictionless checkout. The industry will get there very soon, and at Fox Labs, we're looking into many of the options out there. But we're also looking beyond that point and working towards the store experience beyond self-checkout, how the role of in-store agents is evolving, what inventory looks like, store layout and merchandising, all with the goal of reducing friction for the consumer while increasing the engagement with us. The omnichannel approach, of course, plays a big role in this, and our Dream Card Loyalty Club has huge potential as a playground for us to try new things. The quality of online shopping continues to improve, but let's face it, as a virtual shopping experience, it's nowhere where it should be. And we're all seeing the effect of this on inventory and last mile logistics. The predictive sizing and virtual room technologies I mentioned before are not quite there yet either, but demand for them will drive the long-awaited for accuracy. This correlation also has an impact on the environment, and this is a great segue into sustainability, which has reached the world of fashion with some really creative solutions from textiles to logistics and resale, and we're excited to see how this area continues to evolve. As in all other industries, privacy and cybersecurity concerns will be driving the agendas of CTOs and CMOs as the omnichannel approach presents increasing opportunity to engage with customers and drive sales on all channels with a holistic view. In short, we expect a lot of exciting things out there in 2022. And if you want to be on that journey with us, we invite you to join us. Thank you.